Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about how can you work with scanned documents and how can you enhance those scanned documents so that you can make them more workable. When I say workable, optimize for a smaller size, clean up the paper, if there are any wrinkles and stuff like that. And how can you also make sure that the text is recognized so that you can work with the text, like copying of the text or even searching the text within the document. So that's exactly what we're going to discuss today in this video. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to start with this paper invoice that I have scanned from a piece of paper. And it looks to be great in the sense that, you can read the text clear. I have seen much worse scanned documents as well, but it looks great to be a scanned document. But I want to take it to the next level, right? Because, and I'll show you in a moment why. Because say, I'm going to first of all go into the Acrobat, and first of all, because this is an image document, I want to convert this into a PDF. There are multiple ways of how you can do this. One of the ways is you can simply drag and drop the image on Acrobat, and it's going to make a PDF out of it for you. But now of course, this is a PDF, but I call it a dummy PDF and or like a dumb PDF. And the reason why I say this is because although this is a PDF document, but all it is it's an image document wrapped within a PDF format, and it doesn't really help. For example, if I need to select any of the text, say the name of the person, or the invoice number, it does not let me. It just makes this weird rectangle selection rather than letting me select the text itself. Or for any reason, if I need to search something, so say I need to search for this name, and let's just imagine that this was a very lengthy document and you were looking for a specific term, a keyword, and the moment you search for it, it says no result found, as you can see on the top right hand side of the screen. So these are the things that we want to fix today using the optimize scan feature that I'll show you in a moment. And then there are other things like you can see this looks like a heavy paper that was scanned using a scanner. And you can see those artifacts on the background, right? You can see the paper kind of a thing in the background. You can see the wrinkles of the paper, and maybe you don't like it. You want it to be like more of a clean PDF document that you need to submit somewhere, or you need to just keep it for your records. So how can you achieve that in no time using Adobe Acrobat? That's exactly what we're going to discuss today, right? So let's jump right in. So once you have the document, so step number one is, of course, you convert the document, that image, into a PDF. And you can use any ways. You can also look at one of the videos that are created in this series of videos that I'm doing on Adobe Acrobat to help you become more productive and save time, is the video on creating PDF. So if you're not familiar with the process, I've shown you a bunch of ways of how you can use the create PDF feature in Adobe Acrobat. So please go back and click on the playlist, which will be somewhere on the top here. Click on the playlist and you should be able to find that video. But again, the step number one is you create the PDF. And once you have the PDF created out of that image, what you want to do is click on this All Tools button here. Click on All Tools. This is going to give you access to all the tools, of course. And if you don't see the tool that we're looking for, which is Scan and OCR, because of course we're working with the scan document, if you don't see it here, click on the View More button on the bottom left hand side of the screen. Or even the faster method is always click on the Find Text and Tool icon on the top right hand side, and you can type in the word scan, and it's going to give you the suggestions of, hey, are you looking for the tool Scan and OCR, or are you trying to optimize a scan document, and whatnot. So you can choose any of the methods. I'm just going to click on All Tools and then go down to Scan and OCR to kick into the Scan and OCR tool. Now, there are a couple of things I can do here to fix your scanned documents, like changing the rotation of the page. If it's not the right way, you might want to crop the page. So maybe you've taken a picture using your camera, and there are some things that are in the picture which shouldn't be a part of the document. And you want to crop it out, or you want to insert more pages and maybe build up the scanned document. So those options are here, of course. But what we are interested in right now is enhance scan file. So that's the one we're going to click on. We're trying to enhance this scan document. And straight away, it's going to say, okay, I'm going to help you recognize the text because you have the recognize text enabled here. And then you can click on the enhance button and it's going to do the job for you. So that's all great. But we're going to take another step because, of course, you're going to be a pro in Acrobat and you don't have to stick with the defaults, right? So let's take it to the next step and click on this gear icon because I want to show you a couple of settings that are really important when you're working and fixing your scan documents. And it can make or break how this enhanced feature will work for you, right? So let's click on the gear icon. And the first thing, of course, it says, do you want to enhance just this current page or the entire document? In our situation, there's only one page, so there's only one option available. But if you have a lengthy document and you just need to select from page 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, you can be really prescriptive about that here. The next thing it says that I'm going to apply some compression to make that file a bit lighter. Generally speaking, images are more bulkier, heavier. And when I say bulkier, heavier, I mean the file size as compared to PDF documents. And this is the reason because when you create a PDF and you enhance those PDFs using steps like these, you can compress the document and lose some of that extra file space without compromising much on the quality, right? So you can leave it on default, or you can just simply play with this slider which says how much of a high quality do you want. So just to give you just a rough estimate, that if you think that this is going to be used for some high quality print, maybe leave it on high quality. If you think it's going to be used on viewing on a phone, on a smaller screen, maybe you can say small size. So depending on what you think is right, just play with this slider and see which is the best option for you. I'm going to leave it on high quality because although I'm going to selecting the high quality, it's still going to do the compression and help me make the file smaller because of the settings that you see above. The thing that we're interested in is the filter section, which is what you see here next in the panel. In filters, if you click on the edit button, this is where, like what I mentioned before, is going to be a deal breaker. It's going to make or break how the enhanced feature is going to work. Now, a couple of things that you can enable or disable here, and a couple of things that can help you fix, right? Deskewing, right? So if you see the paper was crooked and it was like not in the perspective of a rectangle or a perfect shape, and you need to fix the skewing, you can enable this option to deskew the paper or the scanned document, and it works like miracle. That is not the problem in our case today, so it doesn't matter if you leave it on or off, because if there's no problem, it won't fix it, right? So, but just know that this feature is there. If you have skewed scanned documents, this is going to be a lifesaver. What we are really interested in our case is the background removal, because what I don't like is like I said before, the document that I've scanned, it has the hard texture of the paper, and it looks like a paper scan. I want to make it more like a Word document, or more like a soft copy or an online document, which shouldn't show the background of a paper. So what I want to do here is, you have a couple of options. How harsh do you want it to remove the background? Maybe you just want to remove a bit of a texture and you want to be soft on background removal. You can choose low, medium, or high. I want to go to the extreme end and show you how beautifully it is going to work. So let's just choose high in our case, because I want to get rid of the entire background and make sure it looks like a white normal paper document. Descreen is more around, when you scan a document and you see some of the patches and the dots and some of the artifacts. It is going to help you. The descreen option is going to help you remove those artifacts and fix those, if that's the case in your scan document. Text sharpening, when it's going to do the deskewing and background removal, there are chances that it can impact the text. So you can use this feature to keep the edges of the text really sharp so that it doesn't become blurry, it doesn't blend into the things that are being done above. So depending, and again, you can play with the slider and you can play with these options and see which one suits the best depending on how bad or good your scan document is. I'm just going to keep it on medium for now. So deskewing is on, descreening is on, background removal is high, and text sharpening is medium. I think the biggest thing that I want to test and show you here, at least in this scenario that we're looking at, is the background removal and text sharpening, right? So you will see the moment once I'm done, you will see how this texture is gone and how if you pay attention to this area, you see how the paper is kind of wrinkled a little bit, and I don't like it. I want it to be plain, normal PDF document. I don't want to show any sort of wrinkle of a paper in the invoice, right? So this is going to fix all of that for me. So that's all great. So let's press OK. So it's not going to do anything right now because all we're doing currently is telling the enhance feature how this setting should behave. So we're customizing and tweaking those settings. It's not going to do anything until we click on that enhance button that you saw before. Okay. The other setting that I want to show you, which is again very important, it's related to recognizing text. So if you remember, I showed you how that recognized text is enabled by default, but you can take it to the next level. Although we're going to do a dedicated video on OCR, optical character recognition, and how you can achieve different settings. So we will go really deep into that in one of the following videos. So please do subscribe this channel if you want to see more such videos and become more productive and save time with your documents. But for now, let's just click on edit and see what those settings are quickly. So it says, what is the language of the document that you want to recognize? If it's not English, if it's a different language, you want to choose that so that it's going to be helpful for the tool to be able to recognize the text and give you the right results. And then the other thing it says, what kind of output do you want? Again, we'll go much deep into this, but on the high level, what it really means is searchable image. It's not going to make any changes to the document itself. It is going to create another layer of the text, an invisible layer of the text on the existing document so that you can search the image. It will still keep it as image, but there will be another layer, a transparent layer of the text on top of your existing image document so that you can search the text, you can select the text, you can copy and paste the text, but it's not going to make any visible change in the document for you to be able to see those changes once the OCR is done. And this could be helpful for, say, if there are agreements or documents like that needs to stay the way they are, the look and feel shouldn't change. That's the option you want to choose, right? And then the second option is editable text and image. Now, it is going to try and mimic and keep the look as much as possible, but it's not going to be exactly the same. Depending on how good or bad the scan is, it might change the look and feel of the document. Maybe that's what, and maybe you're okay with that. It's not an agreement or it's not something that needs to look exactly the way it was, and you're fine with that, then go ahead and choose this option. But one thing that it adds as a positive for you, it is going to not only make it searchable and copyable, it is also going to make the document editable, meaning you can click on the edit button and you can edit the document and change the numbers and text and whatnot. If you want to know more about how can you edit the PDF documents or any PDF document, Again, I will put the link to the Acrobat channel up there on the screen, or you'll also find it in the description. Click on there. You'll find another video that I did before this, which is about how you can edit PDF documents and what other things that you can do when you're editing a PDF document. So go ahead and have a look there. But coming back to the topic again, output editable text and images. It ensures that not only it becomes searchable and copyable text, but you can also edit the documents. But that might cost you the look and feel, the look and feel of the document, because it might change a little bit, right? So again, depending on your situation, what you want to choose, you just need to be mindful of what you want to achieve and then choose the right option here. For me, I want to keep it as searchable image, or this is invoice, it doesn't matter. Let's just do editable text and images, and I'm going to say okay. And it says the compression settings will not be applied with the selected text. Okay, so basically I'm applying too much compression for it to be editable. So let's just go back and change it to searchable image. Doesn't matter, right? So let's just keep it on searchable image so that we can copy the text, search the text, but we won't be able to edit it, which is fine. Those settings are, just want to make sure those settings are still the same. Okay, yep, that looks fine. They look fine. And then I'm done with the settings that we had to do in the enhanced scan PDF. We have told it to do it on certain pages. We have told it to compress the document so that it becomes a little bit lighter in file size. We told it to what to be enabled or disabled in filters. So remove the background, descreen the document, text should be sharp with the medium settings, and we have enabled the recognized text with English US and output as a searchable image. So that's all great. Let's say okay. And like I said, it's not going to do anything until you go back and click on the enhance button. So let's do the exact same thing. Click on the enhanced scan file. And are you guys ready? The recognized text is on. We did the gear settings already. And I'm going to click on enhance, and you will see a bunch of things happening on the bottom right hand side of the screen. There you go. Optimization done. The text looks sharp. The background is gone, and there is no issues to be fixed, right? So that is how powerful it is to use an enhanced scan feature, and it can make your life much easier and improve the quality of the scanned documents. And now you can see the difference that if I'm trying to select the text, I can do that easily with my cursor, like I would do for any Word document. If I need to copy, I can do a right click and copy, and I can I can paste this information anywhere I want, and I can even do Control F or Command F on Mac, search for the words, and it should be able to find that word in the PDF document right there, right? So that is what the optimized scan documents or enhanced scan document really does. It helps you make those scan documents more beautiful. And once you're done, of course, you would want to save this document. So just click on the file button, click on save or save as if you want to, be prescriptive about where that file is going to get saved. And there you go. That's all there it is to enhancing a scan document. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. In the next video, we're going to talk about how do you protect any document? How do you encrypt any document? And there are multiple settings that you can customize and tweak when you're trying to protect and encrypt a document. Things like maybe say somebody who doesn't have a password should not be able to open the document, or say somebody who doesn't have the password should be able to open the document, but they should not be able to edit the document, right? They shouldn't have the edit rights. Or say somebody who doesn't know the password is not the owner of the document. They should be able to open the document, but they should not be able to print the document in high definition, or they should not be able to print it at all, right? or they should not be able to copy any information from this document. So you have a lot of different settings and capabilities when it comes to protecting and encrypting a document. That's exactly what we're going to discuss in the next video. So hit the like button, post any comments that you have for any questions that you might have for this video or any other video, or if there are any suggestions that you have for any other feature or capability that you want to see in Adobe Acrobat or any Adobe application for that matter, and hit that subscribe button, like I said, so that you can see the next video. All right. Until then, thank you for listening to me. Bye bye. Take care. Good night.